99.7 DJX, the Ben Davis and Kelly K Show podcast.
Supplying every demand.
On demand.
If you ever have an issue in your life and you just want the opinion of someone else, you come to us, your old pals, Ben and Kelly. We'll toss it out to the group and, see if we can get you some help on your situation. This one from Breonna. She says, "Hey, Ben and Kelly, I need your take on this. A little backstory first. I graduated from college last year at the age of 27 after several years of putting it off to be a caretaker to my dying father.
Oh, wow.
My aunt and uncle, who are surrogate parents to me now, were ecstatic and very encouraging when it was harder for me to find a job than I had expected it to be. After 3 months of looking at entry-level corporate jobs and not getting past the second interview, I went back to work for a department store that I'd worked at previously, and I absolutely love my job. I own my house, pay all of my bills on time, don't have any debt, and I've actually started saving for the future. My concern is about my family, who blatantly comment that I, quote, can't be working retail forever, and that I, quote, need a real job. I feel hurt by this. I work hard at my job. But more importantly, I worry that maybe they're right, because there aren't too many avenues up the ladder in a retail setting from where I sit. What should I say to my family, and should I plan on changing careers in the future? I've worked in my industry for a decade now. Help! Thank you so much, Breonna."
Oh, gosh.
Man.
That's tough because, she says she loves her job. But I almost feel like...
And that's key. I keep going back to that because,
Yeah.
and listen, I got that for years from my mom, who was like, okay, yeah, I think it's fun you're playing in radio, but when are you going to get a real job?
Oh, wow.
Type of thing, right. And so, this, and again, I go back to, I have a half a semester of pre-med.
Uh-huh.
It's because my mom is a nursing professor, lawyer, and my dad is a dentist. So it was like medical field was what I was like supposed to do. It was a path that I was supposed to go.
Yeah, my dad thought that I should be a teacher because it would be great hours for when I have kids. Bless his heart. Never wanted to teach a day in my life. Second
I was
of all,
say, I don't know if I could see you as a teacher.
No, and I didn't even get married until I was 33, for crying out loud. So, there was a long stretch. Like I found my calling at 19, stumbled into this career. But yeah, it took a while for my parents to realize that, this could be, this could stick. But I get it. I feel like in Breonna's situation that maybe her family is planting the doubt in her mind, even though she was pretty happy.
Yeah, and I get she's kind of like, I don't see necessarily the ladder in retail that I do with my other, I guess, failed attempts at a career.
But I correct me if I'm wrong, but there is like a hierarchy in retail. There's management and there's all sorts of levels in that arena. So I think if she really set that as a goal for herself to move up in whatever she's doing right now, that she could achieve it.
Okay. I'd love to hear your take on this. All right, you can always text 502-571-9970 or at Ben and Kelly Show.
Especially if you're in retail. I totally want to hear from people that are in her industry that might be able to, give her some moving up the ladder options and let her know if she, could be on a path that might make her family happy and keep her happy.
All right. It's group therapy on 99.7 DJX.
Level corporate jobs, not getting past the second interview. So she just, went back to working in retail and she loves it. She's really happy. But her family's saying you need to get a real job.
Yeah. Rosie's like, I climbed the ladder. I've learned that just because you can be good at something doesn't mean that is what you should be doing. Climbing the ladder isn't always what everyone needs. It is lonely at the top and everyone's always mad at you. Enjoy the carefree life that you are loving and be proud of it.
Yeah, you can pay your bills, then, choose to be happy, I think. And then there's a lot of people that actually say there's plenty of places to climb up the ladder in retail.
Right. Another text from a listener. I feel like it depends on the store that she works at. Most retail most retail stores are, $35 to $40K job, except for places maybe like Lowe's where managers can make up to $100,000.
Oh my!
Parents are just looking out for her future.
Hey, listen, are they accepting applications over there? I have zero management experience, but I have shopped there often.
Right. I have shopped there often, for sure. Another text from a listener, been in retail for over 20 years. Never went to college because I ended up getting promoted right out of high school. Been an assistant store manager for 18 years. It's good living. I don't love what I do, but if she loves her retail job, then she just needs to put her degree to work and move up in that setting. All right. Good deal.
See, I think that's really solid advice. The biggest thing is I don't think that she should sacrifice her happiness to try to do what she thinks is going to make her family happy. And her family's got to, realize that, hey, she's able to support herself and she's happy. That should be good enough.
That is good.
As a family, you're supposed to support your family members unconditionally.
Yeah, and I think we can probably wrap it up here because we're all saying, hey, if you love what you do,
don't change for someone else.
Then do it. Keep that option maybe open because in this day I think you always need to have like a backup plan.
Well,
maybe
sure.
that's your
and
backup
goals
plan.
set goals to move up in the industry you're in.
But but we'll end it with Brandon, who says her job is a real job.
100% it is.
Yeah, she just needs to tell her family to blank off and say money is money. Okay.
Yeah, there's always those.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? They're being jerks.
Tell them to just go to hell. All right. So there you go. Group therapy. If you missed an opportunity to chime in, you want to go back, you can always listen to the podcast a little bit later on. We'll get that up. And then comment at Ben and Kelly Show.